Christmas jumper, man.
This is Gus with an order, and you're watching the Chat with Chaps live show.
You have no idea how many times I sing that song. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Chat with Chaps. This is the Christmas special, and we have tons to talk about this evening. So wherever you are, relax, grab a beer, put your Christmas jumper on, and join us. Good conversation, all about, well, there's plenty to talk to. There's plenty to talk about. So I'm going to go around the group and just introduce. We've got 5 of us on tonight, so good panel. Start off with my trusted partner in crime, the person that does a better job at hosting than I do, certainly. So I need to give this a little bit of work.
Stop it.
It's Disco Steve. Disco.
Some jazz hands in there.
How you doing, mate?
I'm really good, thanks, Chris. Yeah, thanks for a lovely introduction there. Took me by surprise as well as everybody. But no, thanks. Looking forward to this show.
Good, man. And what an amazing jumper you have on, may I just...
Yeah, my birthday present last week. So very pleased with that. The Millwall version.
Oh,
yeah,
wicked one.
The King
Disco was 35, for those of you that are wondering.
That would be a quiz question later. How old is this?
Yeah, there you go. We do have a quiz later. We do have a quiz, guys. We do. No, let's go to Mr. Joe, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. Looking forward to this one. It's probably the last one I'm going to be on for a while. Obviously, I'm going to be away in January, Christmas break now as well. So sort of quite mixed feelings. Excited for this one, but sad it's going to probably be the last one I'm going to be on for a good few weeks. But hopefully it'll continue while I'm away. I'm sure other guys will step up and carry it on. But yeah, it should be a good one tonight. And obviously, I'm going to let you announce it in a second, but we need to sort of hit a target to this evening, don't we, Chris? But I'll let you explain that in more detail.
Mate, we do. And I'm convinced with the wonderful audience we've got that we are going to get there. We need...
definitely.
The aim was, it was a very ambitious aim, but the aim was to get to 1,500 subscribers by the turn of the year, and we're 25 off. Ooh. So the aim is to do that tonight. But let's carry on introducing our panelists. So I will go to next. I'm always going to... Yes, I got it.
Jesper.
Yeah, I know. I give it. The Sicilian Godfather himself, Mr. Angelo. How you doing, mate?
Very good, very good. I do apologise. My Christmas jumper's in the wash, mate. Yeah. So, I'm the odd one out tonight, so I do apologise about that. Yeah.
Mate, it's your caliber to have like multiple Christmas jumpers.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've come dressed as an elf, Angelo. You didn't bother to even wear a bloody jumper. What's wrong with you?
Great to have you back on the show, Angelo. And then last but certainly no means least, with a very snazzy Christmas jumper on, I must say, is the main man, not changing a nappy currently, Jesper. How you doing, Jesper?
I'm good. I'm very good. The in-laws have arrived. It's the day before Christmas, and I'm doing the whole dinner tomorrow, so that's very exciting. The 24th is the big day for us here, whereas the 25th is for you guys.
Was that a compromise, Jesper? You do the dinner so you can come on the live tonight.
Yeah, you could say
that's
that.
Fair, isn't it? It's
but
fair.
call me the modern man. I actually enjoy being in the kitchen sometimes, so nice and quiet there. Yeah, it's good, and I'm glad to be back on as well. Of course, looking forward to it. So that's to talk about.
Certainly, we're not going to have a shortage of topics, are we? But let's just quickly go to the chat and just say hello to quite a few folk that we've got online already. So, evening, Cole. Hope you're good, mate. Evening to Gary. I know you can't listen, but Merry Christmas to you, mate. Ozcan. Evening and Merry Christmas to you. The main man, Jeff, who, by the way, he's responsible for that phenomenal jingle at the start. So thank you, Jeff, and good evening to you. Alex S is here. I know he's one of the regulars, and he's usually quite punctual, right?
He's usually late. He started off by coming on in injury time. Then he starts coming around about the 80th minute. Then he comes on at half time. Now he's actually getting there for the warm up. Like, it's impressive, honestly.
He's our Adamoa Maku, isn't he?
He's actually starting games now, Chris. Would you believe it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well done.
His first full 90. Evening, Ros. Oh, Ros, are you feeling all right? You're not out. I know it's a Monday night, but yeah, evening. Who knows what I'm talking about? We had a bit of banter the other day. Cardi, hi, mate. How you doing? Hope you have a great Christmas too, mate. And who else do we have? Connor. Evening, Connor. Hope you're good.
All the regulars are out tonight.
Evening, Tospots. Mate, I love it. I have been called a lot worse. Cheers to you, Born Free. Evening, Callum. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Johnny, Merry Christmas to you.
Did you catch who's he won there, Chris? You might have skipped that one back a little bit. If you go up a little bit.
I'm going to go back to that.
Okay. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Look, listen, yeah. I kind of know what I'm doing here.
Only reason is I'm pretty sure it was in last week. Who's it? So I might have skipped his one. One of them said it, so I was a bit.
I've not skipped it. I'm going to come back to it.
Right.
And then Evening Peter, who is, we all know Peter is an absolute legend and contributes a lot to the show. So good evening to you, Peter. Right. So first topic of conversation, of course, is the potential new Millwall manager. Now, just to share openly, we don't have any inside knowledge. We don't know. All we know is what's been communicated out today, which is that Alex Neil, based on Alan Nixon, who's quite a high-profile journalist, and then I think it was Darren, I can't pronounce his surname, from Sky. No, it was Peter Rook, wasn't it? Was it Peter Rook?
Yeah.
Also followed this up to say that Alex Neil is all but confirmed as the Millwall manager. Some places you cannot get any odds at all for Alex Neil to be Millwall manager, and then some you can get, the best you can get is 1 to 10. So look, I'm just going to say openly that I can confirm that me and Alex Neil are very good.
Yeah.
So I would absolutely welcome his appointment. That was when I had dark hair, so you can tell it was a few years ago. But you know what, Angela, I'll come to you first, mate. If it is Alex Neil, tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I was when his name first come about, I was a little bit but after looking into it, and obviously looks like the club has settled with 3 guys. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Schumacher, Bloomfield.
I've been called worse.
You know what I was thinking? I just didn't want to say it. But Alex, fair play to you, mate. You got bigger balls than I have.
So at first I was a little bit underwhelmed, but after really looking into the situation, I think if it is him, it will be a very, very good appointment. He got Hamilton promoted in Scotland. He got Norwich into the Premier League. He had Preston skirting around the top 6 nearly all the time, and obviously he got Sunderland promoted, and then made the decision to go to Stoke, where obviously everybody fails, don't they? So he's got a very, very good CV with 3 promotions on it. Very experienced, knows the Championship inside and out. And everywhere I look, he's been spoken about very highly by the pundits and et cetera, et cetera. And he's Scottish, and we do all right with Scottish managers, don't we? We had obviously John Doherty got us promoted. We had Mark McGee.
There was one dodgy one, wasn't there, Angelo? Do you remember when he brought in the Scottish Paul Hartley over from Scotland and a few others? What's his name?
No, he was Irish. He was Northern Ireland. He was Irish.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was managing in Scotland, but he was.
Oh,
Irish.
Right. Okay, I remember him coming from Scotland. That's right. Yeah.
And obviously, we had George Graham as well, didn't we? George Graham done fantastic period of time that he was with us.
You mentioned John Doherty as well, didn't you?
Yeah, John Doherty as well.
Yeah.
God bless him. So I don't know whether it's the Scottish mentality. They get the Millwall, the Millwallness. I don't know, but we've got a good record with Scottish managers, and at the end of the day, his CV is very, very good. So after a bit of deliberation, I welcome him. Yeah, I think I think it should be a good appointment, mate. So yeah, I'm thumbs up for Alex Neil. Mate.
and also that Scottish theme. Millwall were formed by a bunch of Scottish dockers, weren't they, as well?
Yeah.
So it just continues, really, doesn't it? You know, hence the blue shirts.
Do you know what as well though? I don't know if you saw the article with Steve Morrison. He was saying that whoever takes us on board, we should have someone from Millwall as part of the team. And I think he's right there as well. So I do actually hope that Livermore does stick around. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's already said that he wants to stick around. The only question is when Harris gets the job. You know, will he go? You know, go with Harris. But yeah, I'll be very happy if we have Alex Neil and Livermore stays. And yeah, let's rock on, mate. Yeah.
So this is going back to Hughes' comment. You know, for the panel, if the new head coach brings in his own deputy, will he have chopped livers? I think.
So he done there, Hughes.
We're in the kitchen.
That tickled me a bit. That one.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you? And let's include Adam Barrett in this. For me personally, I don't quite understand the stick that Adam Barrett gets. You know, all around me at the ground, I just hear constant hate for him. And I'll be totally honest, I couldn't tell you whether he was brilliant or he was rubbish. I can't. I do not understand how people are able to form a solid opinion of him. But, you know, come to you guys. Like, would you want to see Adam Barrett in the group or do you want a clean slate?
I was about to say, I think when you hear players talk about Adam Barrett, I mean, they're the guys work closely with him week in, week out, every day on the training pitch, you know, and they have a lot of admiration for him. They really like him. Apparently, he's very, very good. The only thing with Adam Barrett that concerns me a little bit is that am I right in saying that his job is like defensive and set piece coach? And we don't see him do very, very well in set pieces. You know, it doesn't really sort of change things up much. So that's a slight concern. Going back a little bit on Alex Neil, he's got a history of going to clubs and not turning the table over and bringing in a whole new team. He's quite happy to work with existing coaches and existing staff. So that could be a good chance for Livermore to stay on there. And to your point, Chris, if you want someone who's a bit Millwall on the inside, who could kind of almost mediate between Neil and the players and the fans, then what better person than Livers, you know? But I don't know what the other guys think about Adam Barrett.
Joe, do you know what, mate? Do you know who I think Alex Neil should go and get, who's got a bit of Millwallness in him that can work alongside him, would be Alex Pearce.
Yes. And he's desperately trying to get into coaching as well at the moment, isn't he?
Mate, that's a joke. Like they had a big row on the touchline, didn't they? Do you remember when Alex Pearce?
When he was at
the team, Alex
Shaw Williams.
Yeah,
you got me there. Oh, I forgot about that. No, but in all seriousness, I think Alex Pearce is looking to get into kind of coaching now, isn't he? Apparently, and all the rest of it. Yeah, but yeah, that's right. They did a bit of a spat, didn't they, on the touchline that time? Yeah, good point.
I did want to ask that, and I've looked it up there. It doesn't seem like Neil has a regular number two, is it? There's not some. That sounds well. He doesn't. He doesn't have so he probably needs to add a bit of fibre to his diet. But I don't think he's got like a right-hand man, has he? Somebody asked there, who's he going to bring in? Has he got a regular?
Who, Alex Neil?
Alex Neil, I'm not sure.
That's what I was just saying just now. Historically, wherever he's gone, he hasn't really brought in a team of coaches or assistant managers. He tends to just work with what he's got.
He took the guy that was his assistant manager at Hamilton. He took him to Stoke. There's a guy called Martin Canning, who I'm not going to claim to know anything about him because I don't. All I know is he's Scottish and he played for Ross County. So yeah, as Watt said there. So whether he appears to be out of work, so whether he comes in, but you know, it's like, what's Reedy doing now? What's Stephen Reed up to now?
Oh, I love that.
He's out of the game, isn't he? Like he's working on mental health and stuff like that.
But wasn't he doing a little bit with a club recently? I'm not sure if it was Forest again or something like that, maybe. Or
yeah, I think Forest. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think going back to the Barrett, I'm a bit like you, Chris, and I know this will wind people up hugely. I've got to be honest, I'm not a big fan, but I don't know a lot about the guy, you know, and he doesn't offer himself up for interviews, or we don't get to know him as such, do we? I've heard he's a really nice bloke. He's actually responsible for getting me a signed shirt that I got from my son when he got married. And the guy is friendly with him and said he's a lovely bloke. He's supposed to be a decent coach. I go back to your great interview with Sam Parkin, Chris, where he was waxing lyrical about our defensive shape. And Johnny Jackson from Wimbledon had said how brilliant we were. Well, Barrett has to take some credit for that. We can't slag the guy off and not give him credit for that. The free kicks, set pieces, I do worry about that. But then you also think, if you're the defensive coach and set pieces, that's not a good fit for me, really, is it? Defend them, don't bloody sort out the attacking element. It was Rowett who used to say he was responsible for that. Whether he still is, I don't know. But I at this stage, I think Ozcan put up before, let's have a clean sweep. Let's freshen it up. Fresh faces in. I think that's a good idea. But I do then balance that with Morrison's view that you need some Millwall in there to just guide the ship a little bit. So there has to be a place, I think, primarily for Livers, but possibly Barrett as well, I'd say. Oh, of course, we've got the keeper coach as well, haven't we? Marshall.
Yeah.
He seems a good guy, to be fair.
I wonder whether it, and this, actually, this is not maybe a good little segue to a point that Jeff's put in the chat here. I wonder whether it also comes down to budget, right? And I know Alex Neil is free agent, right? So we've not got to pay a clause to get him out of. Sorry, I've just seen a comment. I'll come back to it in a minute. I wonder whether, therefore, we need to give Alex a little bit more money, perhaps, than we have done previously. I don't know. And then whether that restricts us from being able to bring others in, I don't know. But just going on around, Jeff's point here, underwhelmed by the candidates, thinks that we're going for a cheaper option. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think we've gone down the cheaper option or not?
I know I've just finished, but very quickly on that. Sorry to totally disagree, Jeff. I know that's been a lot of that on the internet. A lot of people saying totally underwhelmed, poor candidate. I think any of those three that were the top three, if you like, and if you say four with Wagner, although allegedly he was never in the running anyway, I actually think they're decent. Honestly, I don't get the view that they're so bad. I mean, Alex Neil is the safest bet and has a great track record. At this level, has a great track record, and I'll stand by that. I think the problem is he looks and is a bit of a miserable git. And I think people think, a miserable git, he's boring, his football's boring. Don't think you'll find it is. And I will say again, I remember Preston coming down to the Den and they absolutely wiped the floor with us. I think they were 3 or 4-0, wasn't it? They were up in literally the first half. They just ran rings around us. So Schumacher for me would have been an exciting appointment because that guy has got something and has got something to prove because he's been shafted by Stoke. So I wouldn't have been disappointed with him, but he would have been more of a risk. And then the biggest risk was Bloomfield. But even that, you could have said that's a decent punt because he's doing well. He's turned around a type of football and a type of club, and he's doing a good job. So I wonder what names people expect us to get. Robbins didn't want to know. O'Neill didn't want to know. It's too early. Mowbray won't be available now. Mowbray I would have had all day long. He's never going to be available and possibly wouldn't come down south anyway. So where are you going from there with names? I don't know. So I don't know what you guys think.
Well, you, Jesper, you haven't said a lot about it. What's your thoughts on that? I see you hiding there behind your nappy.
No, but I'm exactly as Steve said, and I saw a Twitter post that was I can't remember, somewhere social media about a guy who said if we appoint Alex Neil, he would rip his season ticket apart. And I'm like, is it really that bad if we get the Alex Neil in that you won't even come down to the Den? Because let's be realistic. I mean, who's out there? We just name the candidates, and they are probably first and foremost the most affordable ones. And I think they could be decent options. And Alex Neil from the outside is a bit like the color beige. It might not be so interesting to look at, but he could really do a job for us. And if you have to be, if you could also try and maybe look abroad, but that would be an even bigger risk. We've seen so many managers coming into this league from abroad, failing miserably because they don't know what the league is about. The culture, the league trying to play a style of football, which is not, recently Hull is a good example. So if you did that, you would run an even bigger risk with a manager who wouldn't know the club, who wouldn't know the league. So I just think some fans are just way too unrealistic in terms of what we can get out there. And as Angelo said, I think, having heard his interviews and looked up, his seasons he had with Preston, Norwich, and Sunderland, they scored a lot of goals as well, and they were in and around the playoffs. He's got promoted, so I think why not? I mean, give the guy a chance. He's still young. He's only 43, and
that surprised me.
I think the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is again the alignment between the board and the head coach or the manager. But I would assume that has been sort of streamlined before he gets in, but I don't know. But
I think with Alex Neil, I think I'm hearing what all you guys are saying. I agree with everything you're saying. Alex Neil, if you're looking at him from the outside in with a shallow head on, he does come across a bit boring the way he speaks. He's not your Neil Harris. He's going to up and motivate the players, stuff like that. But when you do a bit of research into him, as Angelo mentioned earlier, and you look at what he's achieved, in his management career, and he's still quite a young manager. I mean, he's only about 40. So I'm 43, I think. 43. So it's quite young in when you think about it that way. And he's had success. He's had fantastic success with that Scottish side. He done brilliant with Sunderland, getting them up into the Championship after their 4th attempt. He was the only one who managed it. Done really well, obviously, with Norwich getting them promoted. And everyone's had a go at Stoke, and any good manager that's done well has gone to Stoke, and they've had a car crash there, so you can't really put that on him either. He's been out of the game for a year. For what I'm hearing from players that played for him, or even fans that sort of had him, they all talk very highly of him. They all talk about him being quite direct, quite attacking. They do talk a lot about how he demands a lot from his players. They've got to work really hard and press teams very high at the pitch. And everything they're saying is very much the Millwall sort of way, isn't it? All I'm saying is when we talk about who do we change and who do we not change, I want to keep a little bit of Millwall in the backroom team, because when Harris left us and we had Rowett and then we had Joe Edwards, we lost our identity. We had no Millwall about us whatsoever. As soon as Harris came in, the first thing he did was he made the players understand what it meant to wear the Millwall shirt and how to play for Millwall, for the fans, or everything else. And that just sort of transformed us overnight, really. And what I'm worried about, if you pull that spleen out of our squad and our backroom staff, and we've got no kind of Millwall association there, how are we going to work with the players we've got, the fans? How are we going to get the best of them? So I think having someone like Livers in the backroom staff as assistant manager wouldn't be a bad shout. And again, you hear from players talk about how good Livermore is on the training pitch. Again, he doesn't strike me as someone who's very outspoken or very confident, Livermore, but he's apparently excellent on the training pitch. And he's the guy that kind of leads all the training drills, stuff like that. So what we don't see with our eyes ain't necessarily, or bad. So, I'm sure they'll make the right decision, but I'll love Livermore to stick around if possible. And even Adam Barrett, if they feel there's a need there for him. So,
you've just triggered in my mind there, Joe. I'm saying about Barrett, we're a bit hard on him. You mentioning Rowett and how we did lose the Millwall.
Yeah.
Barrett was part of that. And so
he was,
wasn't he? So
does Livermore, but having someone like Harris or Livermore who's played for Millwall, wore the shirt, knows what it means. With respect to Adam Barrett, yes, he's been there a few years, but he doesn't really understand our fan. He hasn't played for our club as before. But if having someone affiliated with our club, play for our club, knows what it means to wear that Millwall shirt, you could talk through experience there. I'm glad you questioned my Adam Barrett point there. I was worried for a second there. You go, so I was on mute. And I thought I've just wasted that whole fucking 2 minutes. Hey, Joe, by the way, you're on mute.
Yeah. We wouldn't let you go on for that long.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Fucking hell, Ben did the other day, didn't he? Bastard.
I think for me, I cast my mind back to when we hired Joe Edwards, and I made it very clear at the time that I wanted Alex Neil then. So that shows you how long it's been out of work. I was banging the drum of Alex Neil. The thing that I think has changed is Alex Neil felt like a proper natural evolution from Gary Rowett. Obviously now we've gone Joe Edwards, Neil Harris, and there's all this talk of the club, as Rob kind of says here, developing and coaching younger players and becoming more around developing assets. And the only negative I see is there's a lot of misconceptions, to Rob's point here, that Neil is defensive, he doesn't promote youth. To me, that is incorrect. And actually, if you look at the teams he's picked, I'll give you an example. He signed Anthony Gordon on loan at Preston, right? He also signed Jason Malumbi on loan, if you remember. He signed, rest his soul, Matty Sarkic, right? So there's a lot of players that he's signed at young ages that he's put, and he's started to build up. So there is a real misconception about that. But the bit that concerns me the most is, the only thing that concerns me is we've heard this narrative, if you like, that they're looking almost for a little bit of a yes man, right? You take that how you want it. I can't see Alex Neil being that yes man. And if he's not, then why on earth didn't we just stick with Neil Harris? That's my own. I'm kind of like a little bit confused by this. And that's the thing. I think, Jesper, you were saying something similar earlier. That's the bit I don't get. I'm not questioning Alex Neil's appointment. I'm questioning how it fits in against the strategy. So yeah, that's my point of view. I don't know if you any of you chaps have got a point of view on that.
Can I just make a very, very quick point? Sorry, Andrew, very, very quick one. Guys, we're about 25 minutes in, 26 minutes in. I've noticed we've got about 200 of you watching us live at the moment. Two things. Firstly, if you missed the start, chaps mentioned we're about 25 subscribers short of 1,500 subscriptions. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do it. We had a goal set originally to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can start making money for charity for Cancer Research UK. We've achieved that. The next goal is to hit 1,500 by Christmas. So we're hoping on this live we'll actually hit 1,500. So we're 25 short of that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. If you have subscribed and your kids haven't, or your missus hasn't, or your mum or your dad hasn't, or the postman hasn't, mention it to them, and let's try and get us to 1,500 if you can. Let's try and achieve that tonight. And also for you guys listening, I put about 2.5 hours, probably 3 hours grafting today when I should have been working really, to create a quiz, a Millwall quiz for you listeners. Okay, so the least you can do is subscribe to this channel now, right? And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to give the guys here a question each. They're going to answer each question, and you guys in the chat are going to put your answers in there as well. So we'll go to your answers after these guys have answered it as well. So I've got a lot of drafting this for you guys. So all I ask you to do is subscribe and like this for us. So that's my little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Andrew, sorry, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, no worries. How do we actually know that they're looking for a yes man?
True.
Like, why would they want a yes man? A yes man is a weak man, isn't it?
Or to your point, Angelo, could they be looking for not a no man? It doesn't have to be a yes man, does it? Somebody that's not going to put blocks up whenever they suggest something. Maybe what someone's just going to work with them. Not saying that was Harris at all, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, the thing with Neil Harris is that, the reason Neil Harris is not here today is that he did not get on with Steve Callers. It's not about him being yes man, no man, whatever. They didn't get on. Yeah. Simple as that, yeah. So that's why he's gone. So, I don't necessarily think they're looking for a yes man. If they are, then we're going to fail. Do you know what I mean? Like we need a strong manager. The only concerning thing I've got, right, is why has Alex Neil been out of work for so long?
True.
Could be choice. I just want to plug. There's a Gab Sutton interview with Alex Neil that was recorded a few months back, and he talked about the fact that he'd not been long going to games. So I don't know whether there was an element of choice. Maybe that's why we didn't consider him the last time, because he wasn't interested. I think he He's been out of work 11 months now, I think, if I've got that correct. But it's a good point. And by the way, I just want to plug this. So I thought this was hilarious. So listen, all I say to you, David, if my hair's shit, at least my hairdresser is subscribed to the channel. I bet yours ain't. So put your money where your mouth is, David.
Get your hairdresser. Text your hairdresser now and say, listen, subscribe to Chat with Chaps.
Exactly. I'm sure Jesper's hairdresser is also subscribed. So
she died 15 years ago.
With your hair. Oh. Good stuff. We'll hopefully we'll definitely get to 1500 tonight. Guys, in the chat, who's your preference for next Millwall manager? I mean, Neil is clearly the favourite, as Chris just said, but who would you go for? Are you happy with Alex Neil? Is there anyone else that you would rather have? Interested to get your thoughts on that, of course.
Yeah, the other thing I'd say, Joe, is, and I don't know if you guys have got a view, it's really strange. It's taken as long as it has, and Bomber had those 2 games. Then we've had these other, looks like it's going to be 2 games now at least. It's all seemingly strange, isn't it? How long it's all taken.
Wasn't the Joe Edwards one took about 3 weeks from memory? So I guess, it's weird because obviously Harris announced it a long time ago. Then he manages 2 further games. So it does feel like it's a shorter period. But you're right. They've known about this quite a long time. And maybe they're still conducting, I think they're at second interviews now, aren't they, with a few guys that have been shortlisted. So, and I think they always said from the start, they want to make sure to get this appointment right. They're not going to rush it, are they? So I guess they're doing the right thing. And I suppose having Livermore in charge at the moment is not a bad thing if you're not going to rush it. He done brilliantly against Blackburn, didn't he? It seemed to galvanise the players. And, what I really like is the fact that the team that was out there was the team that the fans wanted. They wanted Marku to start. They wanted Esse to play in the 10. And what I can't understand, and I don't know if you guys can answer this on the panel, you boys, Jesper, Chris, and Angelo, and Disco, who makes that decision? Is that a board's decision or is that Livermore's decision? Is he his own man? It just seemed very, 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 very strange how that starting line came out of the blue, didn't it?
But it sounded like Livers had picked the team, right? That's what I heard or what I read. So it's not coming from the board. But what I found more interesting, I didn't watch the game because I was out with a couple of friends playing bowling. And what I read and what I saw was that he was very positive mind in terms of he went for it. We put another strike on when you could have settled, said, right, we're going to go for a point today, shut up shop, and at least we don't get another loss. But he went for it. And he was rewarded in the end then with Ivanovic scoring the late goal. So I like that about him. So maybe he has a few ideas of his own that he's trying out. And I said, right, I'm here in charge for a couple of games. I'm going to probably do it a bit differently, not a massive overhaul, but, go for it and also go for the next goal. So I think that's very interesting. Also in terms, if he stays on board, maybe, he has his ways and suggestions to potential new manager.
Which is interesting to your point there, Jesper, because as Harris's number 2, as the assistant manager, surely, he would have had a suggestion or told Neil, I think we should start in Marku or we should play Esse in the 10. But obviously, clearly, Harris was against that idea and stuck to his guns in what he felt was the right selection, the right team. And let's be honest, he didn't do too badly. We're not saying that Harris went against the grain and we were fighting relegation all season or we've been really struggling. He's done really well with it, but it's just the personnel, maybe the style of play is just slightly different to what we saw against Blackburn. Against Blackburn with Livermore in charge, I just felt that we had a go at them. We weren't just happy to sit back and let them attack us. We had more possession, we had more chances, more shots on target, more corners. We were up on XG as well, weren't we? So I don't know.
I think I just want to touch on this point here as well, because we've assuming that it is between Schumacher, and that is an assumption. Assuming it is between Schumacher and Alex Neil, that's 2, failed Stoke managers that we're choosing from. And I think, do you have to take into consideration the squad of players we have right now? Do we want to go down the same trap that we went with Joe Edwards, where he tried to play a style that might work at a different club, but here we just don't have the players? So is it that Schumacher, because he is a very attacking, he got over 100 points for Plymouth? Is it that from that perspective, we need to be mindful of the current group of players. But then on the contrary, I think there's something like 9 players out of contract at the end of the season, right?
Good point. Excellent point.
Yeah.
And already you start questioning, 1 minute you're thinking Honeyman will definitely get an extension and a contract and so on. Now you're thinking, well, he wasn't even used on Saturday. Yeah, is he going to be in contention for a contract, or are they going to let him go in the summer? There's going to be lots of players there thinking, am I going to be here or not next season? Whereas at one time, their profile was dead certain we'll be here,
Look, it can all be what ifs and hypothetical. We don't really know, do we? Like we're saying, the board are picking the team. They want a yes man. Who's saying they do? That's people picking up on things that are happening and putting 2 and 2 together and making 12. And I'll throw what could possibly be the situation. Alex Neil could have come for his interview, and the board, like many of our fans, are possibly thinking he's a bit more of an old school manager. He's a bit of a dour jock, blah, blah, blah. And he's come in and interviewed, and they've thought, Jesus, what a breath of fresh air. First and foremost, there's my track record. Thank you very much. And I'm very proud of that because, listen, it ain't easy to get consistent results as a football manager, especially in the Championship.
Good
and then
point.
he's probably alluded to, look at these players I brought through the youth ranks. Look at these players I brought in on loan, like Chris has said. And hopefully the board have sat there and thought, fuck me, this guy's got something about him, and we like the look of him. And similarly, Schumacher might have come in and done a good job in selling himself. But as you say, ultimately, someone's got to make the decision, isn't they, and say, put your balls on the block. We're going to go with you. And going back to Jeff's point earlier, saying, a bit of fun, saying we're not going to talk again. I'm not guaranteeing you Alex Neil is going to be successful. I don't know. But I'm saying I believe his credentials and his track record says to me, I'm really comfortable with that as an appointment. I think actually it's quite a step. I'll go, I think in terms of quality of manager and potentially quality of football we play, I'd say he'll be a step up from Neil Harris.
He's managed in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
look
exactly.
at the jobs he's had. Like, regardless of what's happening with Stoke, I think you could probably make the argument Stoke are a bigger club than us. That might, rub certain people up the wrong way, but ultimately they've been in the Premier League for a long time.
Yes.
Managed Sunderland. You got Norwich to the Premier League. I mean, he's got some pedigree. And actually, if it's okay, I've got a quick 2-minute video from our friends over at Talk Norwich City, Chris, who wanted to come on tonight, but he can't. But he's just filmed a 2-minute video that I just want to play for everyone to get his thoughts on Alex Neil. I'm just going to do that now.
On Alex Neil, certainly from a Norwich City perspective, I really liked Alex Neil. One of the things that you'll really like about him is he is a straight shooter. He is not afraid to say what he thinks, and I know that you Millwall fans will appreciate that. That is for sure. Look, he's a manager that wants to play attacking football. He is a manager that's not afraid to go and attack. He is a manager that will not accept passengers, will not accept substandards. He is not a manager that will let below par performances ride. He's not afraid to make big calls in big moments, big games. And of course, the one of the most fantastic memories for me as a Norwich City fan in my lifetime was our win at Wembley. We just about got into the Championship playoff race with Alex Neil. We famously beat the blue and white, down the road. And we got into the playoffs, and we were really up against it in terms of coming up against Middlesbrough in the final. They'd already smashed us 4-0 that season. We were the real underdogs. And I vividly remember that being a real moment for Alex Neil because we went to the game and we attacked and we hit them hard and fast. And I think that's what you can expect on the whole from an Alex Neil footballing side, as a team that's not afraid to go for it, not afraid to attack, and will play fast attacking football. Of course, you need the players to play his style like any manager, so it's going to take him 1 or 2 windows. But yeah, look, from a Norwich City perspective, he was a player manager at Hamilton Academical before we brought him in. And yeah, we kind of gave him his first opportunity in management. So we've got a great connection with him here. However, if you ask Sunderland fans, he had a great initial spell at Sunderland, of course, got them promoted up from League One into the Championship, but then controversially left them to Stoke City. Stoke City, as I'm sure you will understand and appreciate, have been a little bit of a bin fire of a football club in the last few seasons in terms of behind the scenes. So tough to get that club up and running, but it didn't end well for him there, and since has been out of the game. But look, I think for me, an impressive man, an impressive manager, a manager that if I was a Millwall fan, I'd be up for. So Alex Neil, from a Norwich City perspective, I'd give him top marks. Of course, I've got my yellow and green glasses on because he helped us win at Wembley. We had some fantastic players. It was a fantastic time, and just really kind of instilled fight, passion and belief into the Norwich City side. So look, from a Millwall perspective, I certainly think he's a good shout.
Fight, passion and belief. I mean, what more do you want?
I like what he says. I like him, and he hasn't got an extra finger either, has he? I was quite impressed. What he says
was under the desk, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And his cousin was putting the iron on. But I just what he says there just ticked all right boxes for me, didn't it? Like, talk about being up and at them, being direct. If I remember that when they got promoted at Wembley, they had that Cameron Jerome up front, didn't they? Who was a real handful that season. I remember
the hand behind him.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think that one of the first things he's going to identify in our teams that we ain't got the quality up front at the moment. And if he does get chosen, comes in now, how good would it be to have him involved in the recruitment team before January comes and get his sort of players in? We might need like a couple of players at least. Certainly a good forward. I think we do need a strong target man. If we could get like a Cameron Jerome type player up front in this team at the moment, I think that's all we need really. That's going to be the missing piece in our jigsaw. Obviously, Josh Coburn, we don't know what the future holds of him. A, is he going to be fit? B, is he going to end up going back to Borough in January? We don't know, do we? So I think, to get someone to get him in now is vital, and to get him involved in the recruitment in January and get his players in is going to be such an important a bit for us, really, a bit of action. But now I'm impressed. I don't know what you guys think about him.
Do you know the biggest impression, the most impressive thing that I found is I can remember when he went to Norwich, and I remember reading this article that when he left Hamilton, all the staff, the players, they were literally in tears that he was leaving them, mate. That's how highly respected he was. Do you know what I mean? Which is a great thing, which means that he gets on with the staff, gets on with the players, must be a likeable chap. And I can actually remember when he was at Norwich, I used to look at him and I think, I'd love to have a manager like him,
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, everyone fucks up at Stoke. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of their new manager now already, aren't they? They're calling for his head already. The new guy. So many managers tried to get Sunderland up, they couldn't do it. He done it. So and after what that guy said, that was a great pitch, wasn't it?
Really, really good. I'm sold on it. And also going back to his time at Norwich, people asking, is he any good at developing young players? If you remember, he brought in Lowe, their winger, who I think has moved on somewhere else now, isn't he? And Sarr as well. All these young players, and he done really well to bleed these guys through. And they were fantastic. And I believe the only reason why he left when they got relegated in the Championship is because he wasn't happy with the recruitment. So in the summer, Norwich sold all the best assets, didn't reinvest the money buying players, and I think he kind of almost resigned, or like a mutual agreement to leave, because he wasn't happy with their transfer policy at the time. So
But Joe, do you think that's maybe where the difference between Harris and Alex Neil could be, that he would come in as well and have his say, and he would say, right, I still think we need a left winger or centre back, and we need a forward, and this, and he'd be happy to get younger players in, to mold them and build a team. Whereas Harris, maybe he wanted established sort of championship players, proven players with more experience, maybe like 26, 27, 28-year-olds. And he wanted these sort of players where Alex Neil said, I can work with this. If you give me, the positions that I need and require, and I feel that we need to strengthen, I can work with the younger players and build something.
Which is a really good point, because I heard some Sunderland fans talk about how he didn't give youngsters a chance at Sunderland. He went with tried and tested, a bit like Harris. He went with more experienced players, 30-year-olds, wasn't really too keen to give the youngsters a go, but he still had success, still got promoted. But yet when he went to Norwich, he sort of changed his whole attitude. But again, he's a young manager. I think he's probably still learning himself. You're never too old to learn, are you? And improve, you know.
And different leagues as well. Different leagues. League One, wasn't it, with Sunderland? You know, that's a tough league to blood youngsters in. You know, Championship.
Yeah, good point.
A little bit more time, tougher, but you know, possibly. I'll tell you what. Sorry, Chris.
No, go on,
I'm even more excited about him joining us now, as on the back of that from our friend at Norwich, and even more so excited because we're saying about, you know, young attacking talent. The three that played, or the four, if you like, with Langstaff, I know there's work to be done there, but the three, Maku, Aziz, and Esse, we've got a manager who's going to really trust in them and develop them and let them loose. Fuck me, it could be really exciting. Really exciting.
He it's also not forget Sunderland. I know he technically walked out on them, but Sunderland, he set them up for success. He signed Danny Ballard, right?
Good point.
10 million centre back easily. He signed Ellis Sims that went on that crazy goal run, if you remember. Obviously, then he earned his move to Coventry. And if you cast your mind back at Norwich, he signed James Maddison. So I'm only obviously calling out the good ones here, right? Obviously, but you know,
it's worth highlighting. Yeah, definitely.
There's some good names there. One thing that obviously we have to always make sure that David's point around Joe loving dads is made, but
come on, David. It's not just the dads; it's their mums as well.
The whole family.
I'll take that back.
Let's just go around and say, right, out of the candidates, you had to pick, because we're just at the moment, we're just, you know, tomorrow we'll wake up and it's Schumacher been announced, right? But at the moment we're making big assumptions. But let's just go around the panel. I'll start with Disco. Who do you want for us to announce the manager? Disco, who do you want?
As the manager?
Yep.
Oh, I think very clear, Alex Neil. Yeah, he's the top choice for me.
Okay, one vote for Alex Neil. Jesper?
I think last week I said Schumacher, but I'm tilting more towards Alex Neil. I think it's just a better fit. And as you mentioned, Schumacher could just be too much too soon again. So I would say, slightly more towards Alex Neil now.
Angelo?
Are you talking out of the three names? The three in the...
Well, I mean...
Anyone, really.
Anyone, but obviously, like, keep it sensible.
Yeah, my number one choice was always Muscat. Yeah, I would have loved Muscat as our manager. But out of the three in the bowl at the moment, yeah, Alex Neil for me, mate. Yeah,
Alex Neil. Okay, and Joe?
I'm going to go with Alex Neil. And admittedly, I wasn't a fan of his at the beginning when it was rumoured that he's in the mix. Yeah, and like I said, it's only I've done some research into it. Don't get me wrong, I think I'd be quite happy with Schumacher. I think he's got a bit about him and he's proven he's a good manager. But I just think the more I think about Alex Neil, the more I think his style and management of players is very, very suited to us. And I can see him, put it this way, if Alex Neil comes in as Millwall manager, I guarantee you we will get in the playoffs.
Wow.
Honestly.
Can we just record that?
I guarantee you, and I'll buy anyone a pint. I do want a point in return as well if I get that wrong. Okay,
that is a statement.
Subscribers are going like that now.
Well, just a quick subscriber check, by the way, guys. We have added 5 since we've been on. So thank you very much if you have subscribed. So we're now down to 20 subscribers needed. But I just want to bring this comment up here from Jim, because if I'm reading this right, it sounds like he's a Sunderland fan. So Jim. I think you just put another message in the chat. But yeah, it's interesting to get your point of view. I know he wasn't at your club for a long time, and as you said there, he kind of walked out. Speaking of making the signings for Sunderland, Neil wanted more experienced players who didn't fit the model.
I was saying earlier, yeah,
that's interesting. Give us some more, Jim, on your thoughts, or if you want to come on the show, just drop us a message on Twitter or X, and we'll get you on, mate. Ozcan, good question here. Does Nisbet have a future under whoever the new manager is?
No.
That's a short answer.
Not if we were to believe the guy we just heard and how he speaks, how Alex Neil wants his players to perform. Then no, Nisbet is not going to have a chance to play for us again.
And Gumbo's right there. I'm hearing a lot of reports at the moment.
You know, if it isn't Alex Neil being the new manager. But no, I don't see it. I don't see it. He's not performing in Scotland as well. And I don't know what's gone wrong since he came to us. I just don't see it happening, really. I don't.
I think the sad thing about Nisbet is not a lack of technical ability. I just think mentally, he's just not in the right place. He needs to really kind of reevaluate himself and what he's about and look at his career, because his career is going to go down the pan unless I've just seen Jeff's comment there. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. Well, you're on, mate. You're on. But yeah, I think he's got to sort himself out. I think there's a player inside there, 100%. And like when you speak to teammates of his, they all talk about how Nisbet's by far the best finisher at the club, technically. But mentally, he needs to be on it, doesn't he? You know?
Yeah. Look, I'm hugely disappointed with the guy. I was quite excited about the signing when we got him. Was prepared to, if you like, take the risk with his injury. I know you, Chris, you had a similar injury, and you always threw that warning out there that, look, this to get over this is going to be massive. But without doubt, the guy's got talent. He's a finisher. He can find the back of the net, but he's clearly got an attitude, or he's just not a Millwall player, is he? But did somebody say the other day that he can't go anywhere else now? He's either got to stay at Aberdeen or come back to us. Is that right? That in terms of the rules, you know?
Well, they can't. I don't think they can cancel the loan, can they? I think we can recall him. I don't know if I've heard that right or not.
Is that what it is? Right.
At the moment, I'm not sure whether we want to recall him. That's the issue, isn't it? I think.
What a waste. What a waste.
Can we get 5 more subscriptions, guys, before we start doing the quiz? Yeah. We've got 20 to go.
Yeah, honestly, it would be such an amazing thing. And also, I'm going to announce at the turn of the year just how much money we've raised so far. We've already started donating. We've just not shared. So, please. Even if you're not sure if you're subscribed, just check.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ask the other half. Are you subscribed? If not, why not?
Even create a YouTube account for your dog or your cat or something. Just make it up. And just get them subscribed. We need to get to 1,500 tonight. We're only 20 away. And like I said, I put 4 hours effort into this quiz that we're going to be doing. I know it's
2, wasn't it?
Yeah. 4. It's 4. I put 4 hours graft into this quiz just for you listeners, so you can take part in this quiz. All I'm asking for is 20 subscriptions. Come on, guys, we can do this. We can. That's
a good point, Joe. What prize does the winner get?
Excellent point, Oscan. And I should have thought this before. But I'm pretty sure the guys will. We've got the key rings flying around. I'm sure the guys will come up with an idea. I'm sure we'll do that. So I'm a bit late on the ball, but haven't followed the Mill so much this season. But were you part of that Mill podcast? I first saw you analyse the Blackburn debacle, and that was very impressed. I think he's talking to you, Daniel Lewis. I remember the name actually really well. Yeah.
Daniel can't be subscribed then. Daniel, press subscribe.
Daniel, have you subscribed yet to this channel? If you haven't, can you please do it? Because everything we're going to get from this channel, profit-wise, goes to Cancer Research UK. And we need to get to 1,500 subscriptions so we can increase the amount of money we get and views we get to this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now, guys. And we've got a quiz coming up. That's taken me 4.5 hours earlier today to prepare for you guys. So please subscribe. Get your missus on there. Get your grandmother on there. Get them subscribing. Come on, we could do this.
I mean, we've just got another 3. So all of this
yes! Come on. I tell you what, I love my Millwall family. I tell you. These guys out here, honestly, are fucking brilliant. Honestly, they're here week in, week out. On our show. They're very, very loyal to us. Well done, Daniel. And I know we did it last time, Chris, didn't we? We need to get to 1,000 last time. I think we got like 35 subscriptions in that one evening. Do you remember Disco and Angelo? You both there, weren't you? So I guarantee you tonight we'll get to 1,500. And the only way we're going to do it is thanks to our listeners, because they're fucking brilliant. So guys, if you haven't done it, subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe. We can do this.
Your mum, your dad, your aunt, your uncle. There's, just everyone.
Anyone. Look at my heritage. You might have a long lost cousin you don't know about.
Good question there, Joe.
Knock on your next door neighbour. Give you 10 minutes. Go next door and ask them to subscribe for us. Because honestly, I put 5 hours into this earlier. Really, all I want is just I want 17 subscribers. 17 subscribes, and we get to 1,500. We can do this, guys. We can do this.
This is what Alex said.
Alex. Yes.
Love that.
Well done, Alex.
Go on, Alex. Good.
We are now up to 1,485. There's 15.
Oh my God, we're 15 short. Oh my God, we can do this.
Right. Well, I reckon throughout the quiz we can make it happen if we plug it off every question. So I think this is a good point. We're almost at an hour. So if I hand over to you, mate, to do the quiz.
Yeah. Guys, I know I'm not leaving you much time here, guys, but the only way we can do this quiz to the panelists is if you've got a pad and paper and write your answer and show it to the screen so we know you're not cheating. And listeners, you in the chat, I want you guys involved as well. So put your answers in the chat, but no cheating, no Googlings, okay? Make sure you're honest with your answers, and we'll go to your answers. And then I'm going to give these guys a chance, probably about 10 seconds to come up with an answer, and we're going to tally up the answers at the end and see who the winner is. And there will be a prize on there that Alex S will give you. So Alex hasn't quite agreed what it is, and Rosalind said that she would also give that person a prize on the panel. So cheers, guys.
Ozcan, thank you, mate. I mean, we set a really ambitious goal of trying to get to 1,500 by the turn of the year, which in the space of 5 months would be, phenomenal, and we're really appreciative. So we've got until technically another week, but yeah, really appreciate it.
But we're going to do it tonight, though, Chris. Forget the week. We're going to do it tonight. I can feel it in the air.
Guys, we've got another 5, so we're only 10 left.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Actually tracking it live.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
How good are they? How good are they?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Right, you've got your pads there, guys.
Yes.
You're good, Angela.
Yep.
You're good. Yes. Cool. Right. Okay. Right. Remember, guys, in the chat, you're playing as well. Okay. Even the youngsters that don't remember what Mill were about in 1980, whatever. Yes.
I wasn't even born in 85, mate. So
come on. Was that
I get my excuses out early?
Chris, you know your history. You know your stuff.
I don't, mate. I don't.
Chris, if Jesper beats you, then
I reckon Jesper's going to win. Jesper's going to win.
Jesper's only been in London twice in his life. Is it twice?
I lived there for 3 years, mate.
Oh, for 3 years. Well, there you go. But the point I'm making is, if Jesper gets more than you, then come on, you could do this. You can do this, right, guys? In the chat, hope you're listening. So, first question is, this is to the panel and guys in the chat. Listen to this. In what year did Millwall achieve promotion to the first division for the very first time in the club's history? Put your answers in the chat. Chris?
What, us?
Now, the thing is, chats can see the answers in the chat, so don't you cheating, Chris, on this one.
I've already written it.
Okay. So give us 5. I'm going to do a 5-second countdown, and I want you to put your answers on the screen so I can see who's right, who's wrong, okay?
Yeah.
Right, ready? 5,
I'm 100%.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right. I like that. Right, let me write this down then. 1 second.
88.
88. Angelo, yours is 87, you say?
87.
87. And Jesper, what's yours say there, mate?
Yeah, I've got 87, but maybe
87.
It's 87, 88 season.
Well, it's the 87, 88 season. So technically, if you've got 1988, that's correct. I'll even give 87, to be honest with you. And very, very, very quickly. So, guys, you say I was starting you early. This is
you asked what this right. Year? What year? It's 88.
Yeah,
Alex,
it was 88. Are we going to be
how can you give 87? I'm sorry, that's bollocks, mate. No.
Well, 88 was the year, not the season. I tell you what. But then
it's all right.
Did you put 87 or 88, Angelo?
88, mate.
Yeah, come on, Bill.
Is that a cross out? Put yours back there, Ed. You're cheating. You put 87, 88. Listen, all the guys have got it right in the chat. Everyone in the chat
This worked so well in rehearsals.
Knows their stuff. Guys, it's going to be a bit. Oh, Alan got it wrong. Alan got 8.8889. Unlucky, Alan. Hughes
Guys,
got it
we
right.
had a subscriber in the last 2 minutes, which is really disappointing. So if we could,
Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now, guys. Brilliant.
Call
Right,
your cousins, call your neighbors.
Okay, next question. Question number 2. Again, guys, in the chat, make sure you're ready. It's taken me 5.5 hours
Joe,
to create
just make
this.
sure you're really.
So I want to make sure that we get through this. Go on, Disco. If there's any grey
just
areas,
be really clear with your questions.
if there's any grey area in this, Jeff, if you're in the chat still, Jeff, you are going to steward this for us. So you're our adjudicator. If there's any discrepancies, you're going to give the answers, right, Jeff? Okay. Right. Next question. Question number 2 is getting slightly harder now. Millwall's first ever match in the first division was against which team? Now, bear in mind, this is the old first division. It's the old top flight.
I was there.
And after 5, well, I'll do 5 seconds, then you've got to give your answers up. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't see yours, Jesper.
Yeah, I've got it wrong.
Oh, Jesper got it wrong. Unlucky. But the others have got it right. Well done, Chris. Well done, Disco. Well done, Angelo.
All the goal scorers, mate.
Cascarino.
Oh, now you're showing off now.
I was -2 at this age, so I'm doing all right.
And let's go to the chat very, very quickly. Look at this. They know their stuff. They know their Mill history, these guys, don't they? There you go. Look. Even the score as well.
Baxter's wrong again.
Was he?
If I remember rightly, Villa went up with us that year, didn't they? I think.
Yes.
So it was a bit underwhelming our first game, wasn't it?
Correct. It's a great ground, but it was
Guys,
underwhelming.
I'm really impressed. Oh, Alan Baxter. Come on, Alan.
But Steve, am I right when I say we were top of the league, weren't we, after 6 games, I believe?
We were. And I thought we were
Is that
going
one of the questions, Joe?
I know.
It's not. Right, question number 3. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please subscribe. We want to get to 1,500. It's taken me 6 hours today to prepare this quiz. I want to make sure we get to 1,500. Question number 3 is, who was Millwall's top scorer during the league, during their first ever first division season in 1988-89? Who was our top league goal scorer? 5 seconds before your answers, guys. So put your answers down again in the chats. Put your answers in the chat as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we've got 2 for Teddy. We've got 1 for we've got 2 for Cascarino. So Teddy Sheringham scored 11 league goals that season. Tony Cascarino scored 13.
You should have got that, Angelo, the Italian stallion. Come on.
Right. Let's have a look now. Quick look into the chat. So Daniel Lewis went for Sheringham. Got Sheringham. Teddy. Teddy.
Oh, you got on with that.
Teddy. Oh, lots of Teddies in there. Cascarino, well done. Michael, well done. Gumbo. Well done, John Parr. Teddy. Sheringham. Cascarino. Chris Brown went for Sheringham. Hughes went for Sheringham. Callum went for Sheringham. Teddy. Cascarino. And Alan Baxter. Third question. Has he got it right or wrong? Cascarino! Yeah. Well done. Excellent. Right. Next question. Question 4. Guys, I want you to really think about this answer. It's getting a bit of a tricky one, this one. So think about the question here, okay? Question number 4 is Barry Kitchener holds the record for the most Millwall appearances of 596 caps for Millwall, followed by Rhino with 557 and Harry Cripps with 443 games for Millwall. But the question is, who is 4th with 431? Put your answers on your screens when I say so, and in the chat, let's have your answers in the chat as well.
Is it a trick question?
No. So you've got Kitchener, Rhino, and Cripps. Who's the 4th highest attendance for Millwall?
Appearances.
5 appearances. So yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Harris, and Alan Dunn for Chris. The answer is
Alan
Neil
McCleary.
Harris.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yay! With 431. So Disco's in the lead at the moment. So Disco's got 4 right. Anjo's on 3, Chris is on 3, and Jesper's on 2 at the moment. Let's go to the chat very, very quickly. So you've got that one right. There's a few right answers, a few wrong answers there. Let's have a quick look. We've got Paul Robinson, Harris, Robbo, McCleary, Harris, Craig, McCleary, Oscar. I'm a bit confused. This one, Harris. Chris Brown's got for Harris, Rhino, Harris, John Parfin for Harris, Bomber. This is a disaster.
Brilliant.
Excellent. Right, guys, next question. We're now up to question 5.
How many questions we got?
We've got 15 questions.
87.
Yeah.
How are we doing? Any subs?
And what
Any
you
subs?
what you find is
Any more subs?
the questions
Hold on.
questions will slowly rise into the current sort of team. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, how many short are we at the moment then, Chris?
We're 9 short.
We're 9 short from 1,500. Guys, listen, I spent 6 hours today preparing this fucking quiz for us to get to 1,500 subscribers. So please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel. Speak to your ex. If you spoke to your ex for like 2 years, just give her a little text or him a little text. Say, listen, I know we fell out. I know I cheated on you, and but do us a favor. Subscribe to Chat with Chaps, and hopefully we can get to 1,500. Okay, next question. Question number 5. Neil Harris is Millwall's all-time top goal scorer, but how many goals did he score for our club? Now, to make it easy, I'm going to give you 4 answers.
No.
Is it A, 118? Is it B, 128? Is it C, 138? Or is it D, 148? Remember, no Googlings in the chat, okay?
All right.
If you're ready to put your answer, I'm going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have your answers. So Chris gone for 138. Disco's going for 138. Jeff's gone for 138. And Andrew's gone for 138. Guess what the answer was, guys? 138. Well done. Hey, you all got a point there. Let's see who was right and wrong in the chat. So Alex S went for 133. I think he means 138. 138. Is it 4, 5, 6 hours, Joe? I'll let you know when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Oscar 138. 138. Well done. 138. 138. 128. Is Baxter in there? 138. 138. It's a lot of right answers. 138. Well done, Rossi. 138. 138. Very good. 138. 138. Callum 138. Gumbo. Alan Baxter. Hey! that's
straight over the bar.
4. Yeah, that's 4 wrong now, Alan. Come on. 138. 138. Well done, guys. You know your Mill history. I'll give you that. Well done. Right. Question number 6, guys.
That's right rate of just over 1 in 3, is it? Something like that.
I know it's almost as bad as Langstaff, isn't it? The amount of misses Baxter's had. Right. Question 6, guys. Question 6. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Even if you've got a mate that's a West Ham fan or a Charlton fan, just text them, say, look, do us a favour. If you're a real mate of mine, you subscribe to Chat with Chaps. Let's get to 1,000. We've got to get to 1,500 before this live ends tonight. So let's do it. Question number 6. In our 2003 to 2004 season, and this is when we reached the FA Cup final, if you remember, against Man United. In the league, who was our leading top goal scorer? Again, in the chat, have a think about it. Put your answers in there. Remember, no Googlings. And then you guys on the panel, I'll give you 5-second countdown now. So it's 5, 4,
Clue, mate.
3, 2, 1. Give your answers.
I think
We've gone for Tim Cahill, we've gone for Dicchio, we've gone for Harris, and we've gone for Cahill. The correct answer with 12 goals was Tim Cahill.
Well done, boys.
Gets in there. So Chris has got a point. Andrew's got a point. 0 for Disco, 0 for Jesper.
What did Disco go for? What did you say, Disco?
Harris.
Harris.
All about Tim.
Harris.
Yeah,
Harris
let's see who was right in the chat.
He had 11.
Disco, one of our very avid, very favourite listeners, I'm going to name no names, thinks that you, sir, look a bit like Sir Neil Harris.
Look a bit like Bomber. Wow, bloody hell, I'll take that.
What that is, eh?
It looks like Bomber's dad. I don't know about Bomber. Rob,
Hey, you
T.
haven't seen me play, Joey.
Rob T is a really good guess, but that was a season after, I think. But well done, Rob T, mate. Harris, Cahill, Danny Dicchio,
I love Dicchio now. I used to love Danny Dicchio.
Dicchio, Cahill, Dicchio. A lot of shout for Dicchio, Cahill. Well done for you that put Cahill in the chat, guys. Well done. Dicchio, lots of Dicchio in there. Cahill. I meant Cahill. Nice one, Craig. Excellent. So the score stand at the moment. The score stand at the moment is Chris has got 5, Disco's got 5, Andrew's got 5, and Jesper's on 3. It's very, very close. Jesper, lots to play for, mate. We're only getting to almost the halfway point, so lots of scores to get. Next question. Oh, by the way, that season, Cahill got 12, Harris got 10, and Paul Eiffel got 9 that season.
Oh, good old Eiffel.
Yeah, you're a mate.
I wondered,
no honourable mentions for him. No. Question 7, guys, in the chat. Get ready for this one, and also on the panel. Question 7: how many goals did Harry Kane score for Millwall in his loan spell during the 2011-2012 season? And this includes cup games as well, so league and cup. How many goals? Shall I give you multiple choice?
Multiple choice, yeah.
Okay. Is it A, 7? Is it B, 8? Is it C, 9? Or is it D, 10? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 9, 9, 9, 9. That's impressive, guys. Guess what?
Have we got a German in the...
The answer was 9. Well done. You got them all right.
9
well
for 9.
Done. 9. You've done well. Well done. Let's see if you guys are right in the chat. Who went for 9 in the chat? Let's have a look. Jeff, well done, Jeff. Well done, Dan. Well done, Callum. Well done, Alan. Get in there, my boy. Well done. 8 for Michael. 9 for Rob. Well done. 9. Craig. 8. Rob went for 7. You're right, Rob. You're absolutely spot on, mate. 7 in the league, and it was 2 in the FA Cup, so it was 9 altogether.
That's
impressive.
9. That's good, mate.
Great Googlings. Hughesy got 9. Callum went for 9. Well done. 9. Chris went for fuck nose. Dumbo went for 9. John Paul went for 8. I'm sure you're going for 9 now, Chris, wouldn't you? If you had a chance to pick. Mark went for 9. Austin went for 10. Darren went for 9. Wall went for 8. Carl went for 9. Alex 9. And Dave Clark went for Neon. Sorry, he meant 9 again. Excellent. Right. So,
can we say though for Chris there, where he said "fuck knows," you know, if he was on the chase with Bradley Walsh, he couldn't say "fuck knows," could he? Come on, you got to answer it. Come on, Chris.
Because there's something else there, Chris. Right. Let's have a bit of a half-time beer. Hold a second, guys. My mouth's getting dry.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Millwall family. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers to all our listeners. Love you lots, guys. Thanks for being with us tonight. We've got 268 of you on tonight. That's including Twitter and YouTube. And guess what? We're only how many short, Chris, from our target?
9.
9. You're swine. Seriously. We hit 9. I can't believe it.
We need 9. 9. Come on, guys. 9.
Guys, come on.
Yeah.
With 9 shorts, we've got to hit 1500 tonight.
Come on,
Spent
you
7
swine
hours doing this fucking quiz today. 7 hours I've done this quiz for. And all we need is 9 subscribers to hit our target. Come on, we can do this. Right. Question 8. Get ready in the chat. Make sure you boys are ready as well. Question 8 is, who made the most penalty saves between Tony Warner, David Ford, or Bart Biakowski?
Jeez. What a great question.
So Warner, Ford, or Bart Biakowski?
Oh, he's gone early. He's gone
Andrew's
early.
gone early doors. This one's gone Ford. Is he right or is he wrong, though?
I'm going with
Warner
my
for
hero.
Jesper. Would you go for Disco? I can't see yours. Can you go up a little bit? Bart
But
and Ford. Okay. So
could
what
be
did you
any
go
one
for,
of them
Jesper?
three.
Jesper, you went for was it Warner? Sorry.
Tony Warner.
Warner, Bart. The correct answer was David Ford.
Oh,
David
Great.
Ford has had, David Ford's had 10 penalty saves.
wow.
Warner had 8 penalty saves, and Bart had 4 penalty saves during his time. So Angelo and Chris are slightly ahead. Let's go to the chat. Let's see who's right and who is wrong. Loads in the chat, guys. Really good. Where are we? Where are we? This quiz has been going on for 4 hours already. Not as long as me fucking preparing for it, Rob. I tell you, it's 7.5 hours today preparing for this bloody quiz. And right, so let's go. Denzel. Bart, Ford, Fordy, Bart, Denzel, Denzel, Fordy, 40. Well done for the Fords.
Yeah.
Alan Baxter. Oh, nearly.
I was with you, Alan. I was with you, mate.
Ford. Wait for Bart. Ford. Well done, Roslyn. Well done, Callum. Well done, Husey. Well done, Chris. Well done, Ben. Well done. Ford. Bart. It's a fix, Jeff says. Excellent. So is it a bonus point? Name the Ford made those 10 saves. Well, we'll be here all night, won't we? Ford, well done, guys. Right, next question, guys. Question number 9. We need to get to the end now, guys. Tricky one. This one for some, maybe easy for others. Question 9 is: Millwall famously played in the UEFA Cup in 2004-2005 season. Which team knocked Millwall out in the first round?
You won't take a point off for spelling, will you?
Nah, I'll let it go. As long as it sounds like it, and I know who you're trying to say. Hide your answer, Chris. Don't give it away.
Can't.
I'm going to give you a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fenerbahce. Brilliant. Well done. 100%. You are all right, and you will get a point. Well done. Let's see if the guys in the chat were as clever as you guys. Let's have a quick look. Paul Donovan's playing with us. How you doing, Paul? You're correct. Spell it correctly. Correct. Well done. Good stuff. That's a poor attempt, Jeff. Come on. That's good. I know what's funny is the answers all actual the spelling of these ones. Brilliant.
A lot of people got it right, to be fair.
Honestly, really
Better
good.
than your pronunciation of it, Joe, anyway.
Really good. Hungarian team. Well done, Chris. I'll just put the Hungarian team on there. Excellent. Look at the fucking spellings. The Hungarian team, that's it. Fuck's sake, Joe, say it properly. Some Turks. No, Carl, you got that one wrong.
Well, that would have been
Love that. Well done.
One more sub, so we're down to 8.
We're 8, guys.
8
subs. Guys, you can do
We need
this.
8 subs.
Remember, guys, if you've got any any friends that haven't quite subscribed yet to us, or you're not sure, even if they're not even Millwall fans, just ask them, do us a favour. Just say, I'm on a live show at the moment. So the guy who's hosting it spent 7.5 hours today putting the show together for the quiz, and he needs us to get to 1,500. It's a very, very simple click of the button. Get us over the line. Come on, guys, we can do this. We can do this. I always remember last time we did this, guys, if you remember, we had one of the guys in here who actually called his mum when she was playing bingo at the Mecca and told her to make sure you subscribe to Chat with Chaps in the middle of her going for a full house, apparently. So that's what you call determination, guys. So, again, don't be afraid to call the old girl or the old man and say, look, get on there, get subscribe, and let's get us over the line. Right, next question, guys. Question 10. Nearly getting to the end here now, guys. Question 10 is, who scored the winning goal for Millwall against Swindon Town in the playoff final victory in 2010?
Dum, 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 dum.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show your answers. We've got Robbo. We've got Robbo again. Where'd you go for Disco?
Paul Robinson.
Boom. 4 out of 4. Well done, guys. Well done. Let's see if the guys in the chat were as clever as you lot. Let's have a quick look.
That was the easiest question so far, mate.
Robbo, was it? Robbo. Oh, look at Robbie. These guys know their stuff.
I could see why it took 7 hours.
They're not pretend. They're not pretend. They're not paper mill fans, are they? They know their stuff. Look, all of them. Not one person. Where's Alan Baxter?
Yeah, you got it right.
Is he?
Yeah.
You got it right, did he? Oh, well done, Alan. There you go, Alan. Well done, Alan.
We just, Joe, let's put this
Yes,
one
mate. Not saying this is taking a while, but I've grown a fucking beard since the quiz started. Right. Listen, Rob, we're doing it for charity, mate. We're doing it for charity. Just bear with us, all right? We're trying to get to 1,500 subscribers so we can start donating more money to Cancer Research UK. That's what we're doing it for, Rob. Be patient with me. Right. Next question, guys. We're now up to question 11. A nice, easy one for you guys. Now, I know you're struggling, some of you. Nice, easy one. Question 11. What is the capacity of the Den, the Millwall home ground? Do you want to give me multiple choice?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you've got to do the closest one then, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
Should we go for closest one?
Yeah.
And then whoever gets the closest one gets the point or a point. So don't put it up just yet, Chris.
No, I'm just putting that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Right.
that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Chris going for 20,146. Disco going for 20,450. 20,520. 21,144. There is one of you who got that answer correct.
I know.
It's Chris, you could tell. He was so confident, you could tell.
And that person is Chris. Well done.
I mean, that's Joe. That's the reported attendance. We've never fucking ever had that many people inside the ground.
No, that's our capacity. That's what it apparently can hold. I can handle. So
the tiebreaker is name them.
Yes, exactly.
No. And what percentage of them are thickos?
Yes, exactly. Guys, there's 2 million on you. There's 2 million in the chat here. Got this one correct. You sure you're not googling this?
Googling going on here.
There's a bit of googling going on. I'm impressed, guys. I'm impressed. Very good.
200,000.
20K. Yeah, that's
Well done. That's probably our highest attendance, Jeff, but not the capacity.
I'm sure we've had 19, you know. We've had 19 something in there.
Oh, is it the highest, is it?
brilliant. There's a few right. Well done.
Full comment.
Impressed.
Brilliant.
Fast finger first. How I got the wife.
Oh, brilliant.
Impressive, guys. Impressive. I pressed
We should have built it 25K. That stadium should have been 25K, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, question 12. I've only got 3 more questions left, guys. Who is Millwall's longest serving manager in terms of games managed? So not by years or time, actually by games managed.
Any clues?
No. It's taken me 8 hours to prepare for this bloody quiz today, Angelo. You think I'm going to giving you clues and spoiling it?
Multiple choice?
Sorry, guys, not a couple of guys in the chat got this right. Rob, you got it right. The question should have been in the last 40 years. We only do it from 1985 to present, remember?
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a lot of people mention Ben Fenton in there, which is true. That's the right answer. But remember, this quiz is from 1985 to present. So what are you going for? Let's go for yours first, KJ.
Sorry.
Kelly J.
Sorry.
Jacket. Disco, what are you going for?
Jacket.
Move up a little bit, Disco.
Kenny Jacket.
Kenny Jacket. All gone for Kenny Jacket. The correct answer was Kenny Jacket. 306 games. Excellent. And while I go to the chat, do you guys want to earn a bonus point?
Go for it.
Yes,
Bonus
please.
point is, who is second on that list?
Rowett.
Write down or to shout?
Write down. I'm going to give you a countdown in a second. So write down, think of the answer.
Well, I've said mine.
Again, a lot of guys putting fence at the beginning, which is the right answer, but we're looking for 85 onwards. Okay, I'll give you a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Harris, Gary Rowett, and Rowett. So Chris and Disco's gone for Rowett, and Angelo and Jesper went for Harris. The answer, well, Chris and Disco, you are wrong. So the answer is Harris, which is Angelo and Jesper. Well done.
Wow. Surprised me that.
Excellent. Well done. That's the bonus point. That was a bonus point. Lots of people mention Rowett on here, which is quite surprising.
Well, that might
Jack
be your
McGee. There's a shout from
Gary.
McGee. Good shout there as well. Harris, Rowett. McCarthy. Good shout. I think McCarthy came like 4th, I think, since 1985. He was definitely up there. Rowett was in the top 6, I think, from memory. McCarthy, Super Neil Harris, Rowett, McGee, Benson,
Penny.
Neil Harris. Okay, excellent. Right, next question, guys. Question 13 is, which Millwall manager, and bear in mind they have to have managed more than 10 games, has the highest win percentage within the last 25 years? So which Millwall manager who has managed more than 10 games for Millwall has the highest win percentage within the last 25 years? This quiz needs a toilet break.
Wait.
Okay, ready with your answers? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've gone for Jacket, we've gone for McGee, and Harris. The answer was Mark McGee with 45.73. Well done. So who got that right there? It was Angelo, Disco, and Jesper. So no points for Chris on that one.
Who'd you go for?
Who was a bonus point on that one?
Neil Harris, I went for.
Bonus point is who was second?
I mean,
Harris. Oh, sorry, so we write it down.
No, just put in Harris for me.
Harris. You go for Harris?
Yeah, Harris.
Harris. What do you reckon, Chris?
Harris. Yeah.
Harris?
You know what? Harris, yeah.
Yeah, 42.86 was Harris. McGee was 42.81 win percentage. So Harris just beats McGee. Just beats Kenny Jackett. My mistake. McGee was first, Harris second, Jackett third.
Okay, Harris fucked it up in his last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Cheers, Neil.
Well done, guys, in the chat, by the way. Brilliant in the chat there, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. Okay, excellent. Right. Question 14. We've got 2 questions left.
Subscribers.
That's a great interlude there. How many up to at the moment? 1,493. Guys, that hasn't even moved.
Get your kids. Get the kids to do it. Your kids.
Guys, all the kids, all your kids have got YouTube.
Average age of listener is about 50. So yeah, get the kids.
Get your grandchildren. Get your grandchildren on there and get them subscribed.
Get their kids.
Get their kids on there. Yeah, exactly. Guys, come on. We're 7 short of hitting our target. If you haven't subscribed yet on YouTube, just go to the main page, click on the subscribe button. Very, very easy to do, guys. If you haven't done it already, get it on there and get us over to 1,500 before we finish the live. Got 2 questions left. Question 14 is, who has got the most assists for Millwall this season? Put your answer in the chat.
This season. Yeah, Santa.
Oh.
Exactly, John. Exactly. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have your answers. So you've gone for Lenny. Disco's gone for Lenny. Chris has gone for Honeyman. Andrew's gone for which one? Brian or Watmore?
I don't know which one's right.
Whichever's the right one.
Yeah, you can't double up.
Jesper,
I'll go Watmore.
You go for Watmore, and you go for Brian, Jesper.
Yeah, Brian.
Okay, the answer is George Honeyman.
Chris.
See?
Man.
I'll let you into. I knew that. I'll let you into a secret. I knew that.
George Honeyman has got 3 assists this season. Macaulay Langstaff, not Langstaff, chaps. It's Langstaff.
2.
Make sure that silent R's in there. He's got 2. Yeah. Femi Aziz has got 2.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Bryan's got 1. SA's got 1 assist. George Saver's got 1, and Duncan Watmore's got 1 as well. And you know what's really interesting? Lenny's got 1 as well, but they're further down the list. They're down the list.
We played 21 games. It's quite low numbers in general, isn't it? I mean,
it is quite low when you think about it that way. Out of curiosity, and again, it's not a question just for the quiz, just throw the answer out there. Who do you think has got the highest XA? You heard of XG, as in goals. Who's got the highest XA, would you say? Just throw an answer out. Yeah.
Leonard.
Lenny, yeah. It was Lenny and someone else, wasn't it, with the 2?
SA.
The highest XA, which means per game, they create the most amount of assists, is Joe Bryan. He averages 2.7 assists a game, apparently. Now, don't know that includes corners, maybe free kicks as well. Who knows, you know? Because also, SA gets 2.5, Saville gets 2.1 a game. Honeyman's 1.9. I guess he takes a few corners as well, only Honeyman sometimes. Femi Aziz 0.8. Watmore 1.4. So
Murray Wallace
minus 2.4, I think.
Cooper.
Again, Aziz, SA, Leonard, SA, Lenny, Barry Fenton again, Lenny, SA. Lots going for SA, which is quite shocking, really. But yeah, it's George Honeyman. He actually beats him by 2. SA's only got 1 assist apparently this season. Aziz has got 1 as well. What more? Perfect number 10, George Honeyman. Fuck me, there's enough goes in, only Paul. Let's be honest. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. SA, Langstaff, Watmore, Brian.
Just shows you, doesn't it? Just shows you. Wow. Bloody hell.
Yeah, like Jesper said, they're
giveaway
poor,
record.
they're poor figures though. Really
It's terrible.
poor.
Yeah, no, it's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah.
Terrible.
So so Chris got that one right. Now the final question, Chris, are we up to 1,500 subscribers yet before I do the final question?
No, mate, we're 1,493, so we need 7.
Guys, we need seven more subscribers, guys, to hit our target of 1,500 tonight. I spent 8 hours today doing this quiz just for you listeners out there to watch this and participate in this quiz. All I'd ask you to do is subscribe to this channel. If you don't already, subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe, get your missus, get your family, uncles, cousins, sisters, aunties, whatever. Get them subscribed to the channel. We've got to get there before we end the live tonight. Final question.
Is the final question, Joe?
Yes.
Is the final question, how many minutes did it take you to put this?
That's a bonus. That's a bonus question. That's a bonus question at the end, yeah. Right, question 15. Guys, get ready in the chat. Question 15. Make sure you're ready. Duncan Watmore and Roman Esse are our leading goal scorers this season with 5 goals and 3 goals respectively. But which 4 players have scored 2 goals each? And you're going to get half a point for every correct answer. So we're looking for 4 answers here, guys, in the chat. 4 answers of players that scored 2 goals this season. So we know that Esse scored 3. We know Watmore scored 5. So who's the 4 players that scored 2 goals this season? I'm going to give you a little bit more time to write this down because obviously you've got 4 names to write down here. And you'll get half a point for each answer.
I'm in.
Right, you're ready. Andrew, ready?
Yeah.
Don't put up yet, Andrew. Hold on. Okay, we wait for Jesper. Jesper, you ready? You're struggling, Jesper. Come on, don't let us die down.
No, I'm ready.
You McCann,
Okay.
Unlucky. That's right. Let's put your answers. Ivanovic.
Oh, I've got it wrong.
Ivanovic, for fuck's sake, he just scored 2.
And what's the last one there, chaps?
Coburn, Ivanovic,
Coburn.
Tanganga.
BFS, Cooper, Coburn, Aziz, Tanganga, Cooper, Ivanovic, Coburn, and Jesper gone for Coburn, Coops. Is that Honeyman there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
the answer was Coburn, Ivanovic, Tanganga, and Coops.
Yeah,
Get in there!
So, Chris, you've got 4 right, so you've got 2 points. Angelo, you got how many?
3. I'll put Aziz instead of Tanganga.
Yeah. Disco, you got how many? Sorry, correct?
4.
4. So you got 2 points. And
Yeah, I
Jesper,
got
you got
2.
2 right. So you got 1 point, yeah? Okay.
Under huge amount of pressure.
Excellent. Now we're going to go to the chat to see who else got that right.
Who's got it?
Let's see who got it right. We've got BS Cooper. We're missing one there. You got Cooper Tango. You're missing. Who's you missing?
5 more.
5 to go.
5 to go. Come on, guys. 5 to go. We can do this. Let's see the answers. Milo, Coburn, Cooper, Ivanovic, and Rob T was struggling that last one, which would have been Tanganga, Rob. Aziz, Honeyman, Cooper, and Tanga. Unlucky Jeff. Unlucky Ben. Between 4 and 8. Serbs, unlucky. Coburn, Marla, Tango, Cooper. Honeyman, unlucky. Paul, you got one wrong there, mate. Aziz, Watmore, Tango, unlucky Dan. Andy, missing one. My wife just subscribed and she hates football. Well done, Alex.
Well done, Alex.
Well done. Guys, if your missus hates football, can't stand football, just tell her to subscribe and Chris will send them a prize to say thanks, wouldn't you, Chris?
Of course.
Coops, Aziz, unlucky with Aziz there. Serb, Tango, Aziz, unlucky. Chris, Roslyn, Aziz. A lot of people mentioned Aziz there, which is interesting.
He should have had about 5, but yeah, he's only got the 1, isn't he?
Just the 1, yeah. Aziz, Cooper, JC 1. So again, well done to a lot of you guys. get some of these ones right. But it's quite a tricky question, though, isn't it? Kovo the fourth. Well done, Dan. Excellent. Now for a bonus point, guys, in the chat and also the panel, how long has this quiz lasted? How many minutes has this quiz lasted? And a point goes to the nearest answer, okay? Bonus point.
You've been there.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, Joe, check the private chat.
Okay. Are you sending me new pictures of yourself again, Chris?
Yeah.
Wait, anything for charity.
34 for me.
Right, okay. Yeah. No problem.
After this, yeah? After this.
Yeah. Okay, so Jess was gone for 53 minutes.
Feels like it.
Andrew went for 40 minutes. Jess went for 34 minutes. Chris, what you gone for?
43.
43 minutes. The answer was 40 minutes. Well done, Angelo. Well done, Angelo. Okay. Guys, a lot of you, some of you got it close, 42 minutes, 47. GC went for 101 minutes. Is it that bad, GC? Is it that bad? Seriously. Since it started, Bradshaw is now on 13 league goals. Love it.
Brilliant.
Love it.
He's brilliant.
So, guys, I'm going to hand you over to Chris before he signs out because Chris has got to shoot off in a minute. He's actually got to work, believe it or not. So I'm going to leave you to Chris to try and get the last 5 subscriptions up. But while you're doing that, Chris, I'm going to add up the scores and give you our...
Yep. Oh, okay. Yep. So we are on 1,496. I've just had a notification to say that it's now not streaming on Twitter anymore or X. So I don't know what's happened there. So we might have just lost some listeners. So apologies if we have, guys. But yes, we are 4 away. 3 away. 3 away. Actually, they're going up as I'm refreshing. They're going up 3 away. Time we will never get back, Roz. I feel your pain. 2 away. It's gone up again. They literally
It's coming. Come on, like a steam train.
I've got to go back and do work now. I've got to go on a meeting. Do it. Just 2 more. Go on, please.
Can't you ask the people on your meeting to subscribe, mate?
Do you know what the problem is? They probably are.
Is it Chicago Joe?
They've never even heard of Millwall. Guys, we got one more. One more.
Oh, God. Be that one. Be that
Boom.
one.
We've done it.
Get in.
Honestly.
Hey, get in.
There you go, George Barrett. Guys, honestly, I can't. Joe, you're on mute, mate.
Oh, shit. Come on, let's go. Fucking brilliant. Well
honestly,
done.
Seriously, like,
Well
not
done.
to get all sentimental, but thank you so much. It
Well
means
done,
the absolute
listeners.
world.
Well done, Mill listeners.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really, really, really do. And with that, guys, this is a mic drop moment for me because I've got to bugger off. But I think
But before you go, Chris, I'm going to give you the results very, very, very quickly. So 4th place, in 4th place with 10 correct points is Jesper. Oh, lucky Jesper. In 3rd place with 12 points is Disco Steve.
Oh.
Now, between Angelo and Chaps, the winner has won by half a point. Half a point.
Jesus.
So whoever's second's got 14 points, whoever's won got 14.5 points. So the winner of the 2024 Chat with Chaps Millwall quiz is... Drum roll. The Sicilian Godfather, Angelo Miliotto! Commiserations, Chris. Chris has done fantastically well. You've got 14. You're half a point behind Angelo, which is fantastic because you were a little sperm in your dad's ball bag, weren't you, in 1980, weren't you? So you've done really, really well to get those ones right, to be fair. But Angelo, fantastic. Chris, obviously, we're going to let you go. I hope you're pleased, Chris. We've got 1,500 subscribers.
Over the moon. You've made my Christmas, guys. So thank you very much, and appreciate all of the comments that you leave. We read every single one of them. We might not be able to comment on everything, but thank you very much. And from me personally, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll let you carry on with the boys. Thanks, chaps. See you later.
Cheers, Chris. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Guys, I don't know about you, but I felt quite emotional after that.
We did it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it? That's honestly, it's amazing. And a guy, again, guys, just to to echo what Chris says there, amazing. Like, thanks to you guys for hitting the 1,500 subscribers. It's incredible. So happy, so pleased for you guys. Thank you for you guys in the comments. I can see all your comments coming through, which is brilliant. And oh, bless you. And just read these comments. It's just so nice and so heartwarming to read these guys. And yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. We've done it, guys.
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
I can't believe it. Those 9 hours of me putting this quiz together today. I'm glad it all paid off at the end of the day, because I'll tell you what, I'm going to get those 9 hours back again, would I? Sorry, Disco.
Are we playing the second half now of the quiz?
That's it for 2024, Disco. We'll probably do one next
Correct.
year in 2025,
Absolutely.
So
when we're in the playoffs. Yeah.
Cheers, Wall. I need a stiff drink now. You need one. I only need one, Chris. I tell you, mate. Fucking hell, lost my voice after that. But yeah, incredible, guys, incredible. And again, and I feel like I'm like a broken record. Thank you to you guys. To listen. Thank you to our lovely panelists as well. Let's just start now. Thanks to you guys on the panel, Disco, Angelo, Jesper. I know you guys have been helping us a lot this year. Really do appreciate you guys coming on, and also to Paul, to Dan Marsh, to Ben. I don't think I missed anyone out, have I? George as well, of course. George. Again, thanks for you guys coming in, giving up your time to be on the live and do recordings and doing like match reviews and previews and behind enemy lines, all that sort of stuff. Really appreciate that. And more importantly to you guys, to listeners, what you've done is fantastic. To think we've got 1,500 subscribers and we've only been going since August, which is incredible. And I'm sure you guys know this already. All the profit we make in this channel, every single penny of profit goes to Cancer Research UK. And that's what we do it for. We do it because we love Millwall. We love talking about Millwall. We're very, very passionate about it. But I tell you what, guys, it really fucking helps when we know we've got you guys out there liking, sharing, commenting, and kind of driving this channel forward and enable us to make more money. Because there are some times, I'm sure all these guys are had shit days at work and they're tired and they don't really want to come on and do a show, but we do it anyway. We do it for you guys. Make sure we give you guys the content. So thank you guys so much. And we did it. And really, really pleased. I want to hand over to you guys before we wrap up. Disco Steve, we'll go with you first, then Jesper, then Angelo. Any final words before we finish live?
Yeah, just a quick best wishes to everybody. Have a great Christmas and New Year. Look, I think we've got exciting times ahead. I think we will get a decent manager in, and if we do, who knows where we could go, so good times ahead for everybody.
Nice one. Appreciate Disco. And will you be doing any sort of disco club nights over next sort of over this festive period, Disco?
24-hour discos, 24-hour Joe, all the way. I'm going right through the day.
It is, exactly. that glitter ball hasn't been out bloody this much in ages, is it? It's incredible, really. Cheers for that, Disco. Thanks for everything you've done this year for us, mate. And let's carry on for 2025, Disco. Jesper, any final words you want to mention? Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, just echo a bit what Steve said. I think fans should maybe not worry so much. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. And I think we can look forward to an interesting appointment soon, hopefully. Looks like it's going to be Alex Neil. So, yeah. And again, just Merry Christmas to all of you. For us, it's tomorrow. For you guys, it's on the 25th. And, of course, exciting Boxing Day coming up against Norwich, where we haven't won since I don't know when, but maybe that could change this year. Who knows?
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice, yeah. But they've scored like 26 goals at home, I saw. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, we have a good defense, so maybe we can make up for that. Who knows?
Well, that's it, exactly. Let's hope we can carry on the good work that Liv has set out for Blackburn. We get a bit more of that. And Jesper, again, thank you, mate, for everything you've done this year. Your knowledge, I tell you what, puts some English fans to shame. What you don't know about Millwall ain't worth knowing. So fantastic for you to have you on our show. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, good luck with your baby. Obviously, your first child. Have you decided to call
it's going well. That's going well.
Have you called it Zampa or Belina yet? Is that even like a middle name, maybe?
Nah, she saw through me with that one, so it's going to be Eva instead. EVA.
Eva. That's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Eva Zampa.
Belina. So it ends with an A.
Yeah. Okay, love that. Jesper, thank you very much, for your legend. Thank you also. Angela, anything you want to say before we end the show?
I just want to say, thank you to all of our regular listeners who log in, and thank you to all the new ones that have joined us. We love talking about Millwall. We love Millwall. You love Millwall, and we try and keep everything positive as well. We don't try and keep anything negative. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant interaction, and wish you all a Merry Christmas. And Joe, well done to you, mate. You're fantastic at hosting all these shows, especially the live. I saw a comment, you missed it, and one of the guys said he loves the live show.
Was it?
And, Joe does a brilliant job hosting it all, and like he put in 10 hours just to get that quiz going today.
10 and a half hours, Andrew. I'm not counting. I'm just saying, it has taken quite a big chunk of my day today, I must admit.
They offered you from work.
Sorry?
You took a day off from work, didn't you?
I did, yes, especially for it. I'm not even getting paid for it, but it's all for a good cause.
So thank you to everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, fantastic. And Angelo, again, thanks to you, mate, for everything you do. You all guys, you all got your own style, your own qualities. You bring something to the lives. Each and every one of you does that. So fantastic. And by the way, Joe's jumper is the best. Do you like that one?
Brilliant.
Excellent. You do a lot, guys. So appreciate your help, Angelo, and what you do for the channel, mate, and everyone else. Guys, if I speak to you before, have a fantastic Christmas, guys. I mean it. Have fun, have laughter, eat, drink. Spend time with your loved ones. All I'll say is Millwall is a big part of my lives. So are these guys as well. So it's good that we've got two sets of families. We've got our own families and we've got our Millwall families, haven't we, as well? So it's good to be part of this big Millwall family, and I love each and every one of you guys. So thank you very much. Until next time, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care.
Bye-bye.